Oh yeah. This is probably a one-time situation for Tony Soto.
Unless she wins.
No, I mean, I don't know that that's gonna. I don't know that winning is gonna suddenly make me a pageant queen. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, I hear that.
It's funny because like I said, I'm thinking about things that I never want to think about. Like I've had the same earrings and shit for decades. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought new anything. Like I wear the same 2 rings every time I cross dress.
And they look great. They look fabulous.
But who's looking at that when you're looking at the fucking gaping hole that's yelling sound at you? In the most glamorous of ways.
Yeah.
Hello, YouTubes.
And that's just your butthole. Hi, YouTube. It's great to see
you. Don't bring her into this.
How was Battle Babies last night, by the way?
Slow. Slow. It was slow. And we had 2 drag artists drop out. And one dropped out because they were sick. And you can't argue with that. You're like, yeah, don't bring it here. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And then the second one was like, oh, I have to take a trip and I'm working tomorrow and I haven't packed.
Trip to where?
And I was like, I didn't know. I don't care. I didn't ask, but I was like, I literally responded, I'm not who you tell this to. Like,
yeah. Also, who's booking these fucking queens?
Like, don't get into my Mossy.
I know.
My queen Mossy. We need to go see her new place
after Mother's Day.
After Mother's Day. Yeah, let's get through this page. Jake Fink just bailed on me. He can't be my dresser.
Oh, why?
Well, he's in Utah. He's literally in Utah leaving today. And he's had some issues with some stuff, and it's been like stressful. So he called me today. He's like, I can't come back and do this. I'm sorry. And I'm like,
who's doing it for you?
I don't have anybody. I gotta find somebody. But I'm sure it's gonna be fine. I'm sure I can find somebody to zip me up. If not, I can even probably get one of my backup dancers to help.
Right. Me. What about like Felony or Meatball?
Meatball takes up a lot of space.
We're recording.
They know. All right. Well, listen, I think that we have talked enough. Truly, we could probably just end now.
I'm ready to end. It's been a really nice. We're talking about the series total. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Why are we not on strike?
Yeah. Oh my God. I've been watching The View, and Whoopi's been reminding us every day that she doesn't have a writer. So she's literally reading from what? Do they turn off the teleprompters? I don't get it because I
think so, actually.
Because she's just holding cue cards now, and she's like, yep, it's just me.
I saw Rosie O'Donnell on the plane coming home from New York. She looks great.
She looks like she's got that real butch lesbian cut right now.
I'll tell you, I feel like if she were in Florida, people would be like, I'm not sure which bathroom you're allowed to use.
Yeah. Listen, bro.
Yeah. Rosie O'Donnell.
All right. Well, are you ready to do a show for our tens of listeners? Because I've really been dropping the ball on the Tony Soto show, but you keep me accountable, but Oh.
You okay?
I just put my elbow on the up button of my desk, and
I just started raising.
It was falling apart. Oh, I thought it was an earthquake.
Did you think it was an earthquake? You did. Your pen. I want to screenshot that because there was a look of abject terror for a moment, and I wasn't sure it was because you thought you were going to spill coffee or something, but it was earthquake phase. You get real earthquake phase.
I did it all myself. Just okay. See, this is the thing. I'm not. Listen, I don't need this kind of stress. That's the thing about it. I don't need this kind of stress.
I gotcha.
I'm gonna be great.
It's just a show. It's just number 303. It's not that much stress. We've done this 302 times before.
It's the pep talks that keep me coming back. I'm going to give you a 4, a 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gay Power Half Hour, the only gay podcast on the internet that's just like a royal coronation because it's extravagant and over the top, and no one is really sure why. With your 2 royal queens and princesses, Casey the First and Tony.
Queen Consort Tony Soto.
I love that. That means we're married and I'm in charge. And you just have to look pretty.
Yes, but I will slowly poison you from my poison ring that I will be wearing.
Oh gosh.
So are you a royal watcher, Miss Casey Lai? Hello, Casey Lai, by the way. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thriving for the few years we have left on this planet.
There's not many.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And listen, that's why we should just go someplace and live off the land, because we need to learn how to live off the land. That's what I mean.
Agreed. That's why I'm a royalist. You know what? We need more pageantry for the last years we have left. No one gives it up enough for pageantry except for drag queens and the British royal family. And so I think we really need to.
Pageantry. Honestly, what I'm realizing being in a pageant, the Drag Queen of the Year pageant on May 14th at the Montalban Theater.
Tickets still available.
Hollywood. Tickets still on sale. But what I'm learning is that a lot of the drag bells and whistles don't interest me.
You mentioned you went to a jewelry shop to go buy some spidangles.
I didn't go to just a jewelry shop. I went to the famous Santee Alley, Casey Lai. Have you been to the Santee Alley, Casey Lai? Have you been there?
Not for jewelry.
Now, Santee Alley in Los Angeles is the downtown area. It's the fabric district. And it's like you can get everything there, like from fabrics to wigs to jewelry it's chaos. And I know that it is Mecca for drag queens. I know it is. For me, it is anxiety. I don't know where anything is. I go in and I'm looking, I went looking for jewelry, and I'm going to tell you, I walked into every store and had a mini panic attack. So I was just looking around being like, yeah, it's all pretty.
Did you find anything appropriate though?
No. Well, yes, I bought one set of earrings for my talent look, because I don't need a lot of jewelry for the talent look because there's a lot of costume stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't need too much distraction with jewelry. I'm just not a jewelry drag queen. I'll put on earrings and I'll put on rings, and that's about it. I don't want to wear a necklace. It's so constricting. You know
your personality and your face shine so much. Why distract them with spidangles? Yeah,
I don't need the bells and whistles. I don't need the look at here, unless I'm lip syncing a song I'm not sure of. But anyway, enough about me.
But that won't be what you're doing at the pageant.
I don't want to talk about me, Casey, because here's the thing. I know I'm a winner. Me? You know what I mean? I know I'm a winner.
Agreed. We'll see how many people agree on May 14th. But agree, we know you're a winner.
Yeah.
No,
do you have any business you want to talk about personal business?
A personal business? No.
Yeah. I just don't want to overshadow them with my personal business. I want to give you the floor for some personal business.
Well, I thought maybe we would just save that like we normally do to the end of the show, but I guess if we're flipping everything on its head.
Well, no, not a gig. I'm talking about doing. Never mind. Let's move on to the list.
Personal business.
I don't know.
Now I'm worried. Now I know I don't have any personal business.
I'm talking about I'm doing a pageant and I'm feeling anxiety about it. And you're like, oh, well, I'm Casey and I am a comic and I'm doing, and I had a great day. I don't know. Fill us in.
I was in New York. There, I don't know. Is that a thing?
Yes, that's a thing. I see. I don't understand. Is it not a thing? I thought you would want to talk about your lovely trip to New York.
You had a nice trip. I went. It was nice to do. I don't say this. It was real. I went upstate for my dear friend Rich's birthday. He bought a house with his what do you call a gay boyfriend who's not a husband? And I don't know, partner always seemed too gay for me. So I don't know. What do you call him? What would you call a long-term guy in your life.
Hopefully,
a podcast co-host. My co-host.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's okay. So they bought a house, but they're not married. But
they'll be married. Buying a house is gay marriage in my mind.
Yeah, I guess.
And we should have left it at that.
I don't know. Buying real estate is not like a goal for me. I'm like, they could take it away from you at any moment. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. Like, I lived through the housing crisis. I remember what happened then. I remember how people just lost their homes. So it was like, I'm like, real estate is a gamble for me. I'd rather buy a car. You can live in that and drive anywhere you want.
Yeah. Well, we know a bunch of schmucks and other creatives, you know. That's why I wouldn't. It's like the boat thing. You don't want to have the boat. You want to have friends with a boat. Same. I don't want to have a house. I want to have friends with an upstate house. I wouldn't mind having a house though.
So it was lovely, but like obviously, I mean, I got to call you out because I watched you on your social medias, and it looks to me like you were trying to do TikTok trends. Like it was a bunch of 40-year-old men trying to be teenagers. Was I correct in that? Did I see someone slap someone in the face with a tortilla when their mouths were full of water? Did I see something along this line?
I don't think you know what a 40-year-old man looks like because I am 39, one, and two of those people were in their earlier 30s. Yes, it does happen that Richard is turned 47 years old. Literally my oldest friend. I
love Richard for that.
No, he's the best, and he looks amazing. It's amazing what being gay does to you. I do have to say that I see all these straights who are my age or younger, and they look terrible, just terrible. And I'm not just talking about Republicans. I'm talking about Democrats too. I'm talking about mainly they have kids, and that's a big issue.
It's the kids. They suck your essence. The kids like drain your life from your body. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, anyway, back to the TikTok thing. It wasn't me trying to do this. It was just something that was proposed.
It was cute. It was cute. It was like, oh, look at them. They're probably drunk and being silly.
It was really nice. And I have to say, you know, I normally hang out with a lot of comics, and I love that in you. And I love that the best. Hanging out for just like a weekend with people who like seem to be like happy and fulfilled in their lives was actually really joyful. It was a really nice change of pace. Upstate, out of a city.
Norms? Why would you? Yeah. Like, why would? Don't be envious of the norms. All right, listen. Their lives might seem glamorous, but truthfully, you know, there's cracks. We just live in our cracks, and it's fine. We're comfortable in our cracks at this moment. I'm not ready to climb out.
Speaking of comfortable in their cracks.
Yeah. So the British back to the coronation. My God. So listen, what's his name? King Charles
the Third.
The Third is going to be coronated this weekend. I've heard some things about it. Obviously parts of London live for this pomp and circumstance. I mean, they haven't had it in 70 years or some shit like
70 years. And a man hasn't been coronated in 80 some odd years.
Yeah.
So if you're a misogynist and a royalist, now is your time to fucking shine, babe.
That's right. Pull out your fucking flag-ridden blazers and your fucking kilts and whatnot.
We didn't demand Brexit to ruin our economy, not to coronate a man king in a long cape and diamond hat.
Am I right in saying that probably the lining up of Brexit and COVID has not really done well for the UK, because they're like in a housing situation right now.
Of the
inflation
top
is
20 top 20 economies in the world, they have the worst. They have the worst one, and they're falling fast. Italy and Poland are doing better than Britain. Way to go, Brexiteers.
Yeah, it's time to pawn those fucking crown jewels and see what you can fucking get.
I was watching something and it said the main crown, the one they only wear once, the coronation crown. It seemed a bit hyperbolic, but some jewelers have it worth up to $3 billion. Just that crown alone.
And the thing is, it's like, give it back to where you stole it from, because those people could really use the money.
They're not letting certain diamonds be displayed because they were stolen from
There's so much blood
various
on
parts
them.
of the empire.
Yeah,
it's hard to get all the blood off.
Yeah,
even with all that. Well, they can't afford good cleaning products anymore because their economy is trash, and they,
Well,
so,
and the thing is, and
spick and span.
And so because they're having financial issues, like there's obviously a subset of people who do not want this coronation because it's going to cost $125 million.
Yeah.
However, the coronation itself is going to bring up to $1 billion of revenue into the country. So like, isn't it like kind of good? Like it doesn't like overbalance. Like it's like you get it every once in a while. You haven't had one in forever. I know you're broke, but let's be fair. I watched The Crown. You've always been broke. It's funny for an empire, for like someone who like literally took over the entire planet. Y'all were like fucking living off coal and shit well past the times when you should have been living off of coal.
Well,
it's like what?
They had a good 100 years, and then then they got thrust into a couple of world wars that they didn't not have a hand in, and turns out exploitation and war really does a number to an empire. I'll say this. I'm not like oh, fucking love the royal family. Fuck it, let them reign for another 1,000 years.
You have a fascinator. Are you wearing it on Saturday?
And a corset. And I have a scepter, but I'm not telling you where it is. And a bedazzled sword, and I'll tell you where that is.
Oh my God.
She's up front. But I just think over the last 100 years, American culture has dominated the world, and the world as a result is worse. I'm not for. I think there's something about connecting you to the past that is good for people in a non, I don't know. It's hard, and people are going to listen to this and be like, "I'm an idiot and I'm a fascist," because I think that it's okay to
I think the nostalgia of their colonialism is.
I just think it's like, especially in a time when they are going through some significant issues. I'm not saying the colonialism. I'm just there's something about unity, about everyone in the country coming together.
Behind something.
We in this country don't have a single thing like that. And we're way worse off. And I'm not saying it needs to be anything other than, I don't know, just, America just shouldn't have one because our history is terrible. But and so is British. But at least there is one thing, that unites people on all sides every once in a while.
Yeah,
and I'm not
glorification
somehow that's
of
not
an
a bad
inbred
thing.
family that that thinks that they are godlike.
The good part about them being so inbred is they're not going to be able to get it together intellectually to take over again. There's no sharp bedazzled sword in the crown jewels, if you know what I mean, who's ever gonna cause a problem. So they also are rapists and fucking colonialists.
Hey, look, I don't care about the fucking royal family. My issue is I don't understand why so did they swear loyal? So the big story about it, or the controversial story about that coronation, is that like he is changing it for the people to swear loyalty to him. Now, was that because in the original it was to swear loyalty to her, or is that something that he just put in there that didn't exist before?
No, I'm sure it always goes back and forth. Their national anthem changes every time they get a new monarch. If it's a different gender, it used to be God Save the Queen. Now it'll be God Save the King again.
I mean, it's just so funny. Like, I wouldn't swear loyalty to any mascot here. You know what I mean? It's a weird concept for me, and they are the result. They did result in the downfall of a lot of what are now considered third world countries because they were robbed of their riches. So I don't follow any of their pomp and circumstance. It's not anything that I'm interested in, but I say go off. You know what I mean? It's yours. Do it. Like, if you're into it. Like, I like to go to a Cubs game every once in a while.
Yeah.
No,
it is. Yeah, I mean, I agreed. I heard England is the capital of pageantry in the world. And that's kind of their thing. So there is like when you go to Britain, you kind of want to see the guys with the red coats and the funny hats, marching along, twirling a I don't know, a scepter, and there's just and without that, Britain's who's gonna want to go to Britain? Not for the fucking food and not for the fucking
the drinking. I loved it for the drinking. It's great for drinking. Like if you want to go there and be drunk, it's very fun to be drunk in.
I'll say this as a little gay boy who grew up wanting to be a prince, like all of us. I love a castle. And they have castles for days, mom.
I like a good castle. I like a nice tour. I like old stuff. I'm a big fan of old stuff. That's the problem with my issue with the United States is that we're not old enough to matter yet. Like a lot of our shit's already fucking dilapidated. So a lot of our shit that's not gonna make it as old as fucking shit in the UK.
I will say this though, when it comes to the psychological damage done to Harry and various other members of the family, I think I would have done great in that role. Oh, I don't have to do anything, just sort of show up and that's it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, and not even all the time. And then for the rest of my life, okay. And as a gay, be like, look, I'm just not going to get married. I don't have to produce an heir. I'm not nothing. None of that matters. So I'm just gonna
make you. You wouldn't be a gay.
No, I would be the kind who's like, meet my good friend Jeffrey. But
listen,
just kidding.
Listen, our USA listeners, don't think that you are somehow better or than the people in England right now glorifying their bullshit, because we just had our fucking excess evening where we saw celebrities of all kinds of riches looking like assholes and weird fucking clothes to honor a goddamned cockroach, truthfully.
What are you talking about?
And his cat, Lagerfeld, he was the theme of the Met Gala this year. And I mean, it's the same fucking thing. Everyone was talking about the Met Gala, watching, and all you got to see was them walking into it. You don't know what that culty thing does on the inside. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they do inside once the doors are closed. So it's like, so we're in financial issues in this country too. There's more fucking poor people than there are rich. I don't know why we're fucking sitting here watching all these rich people riddled with Ozempic walking up and down the goddamn red carpet.
Yeah, I will say Mindy Kaling looks great.
It works.
I mean, it works. Yeah, I don't give a hoot about the Met Gala.
But you love an award show. No,
I love a coronation.
I mean, the big story was I
wanted to mean something.
A rogue cockroach got on the carpet, and that was the biggest thing. And people were freaking out and taking pictures of this cockroach, and so that was what made the best news.
Well, the British tabloids and the Queen Consort are both hoping the rogue cockroach won't ruin the coronation. Meghan Markle, and they are. I'm not going to say not racist and bad. But I love a show, except the Met Gala. I don't really have a lot to say about it other than when I was in New York recently, I went to a zoo. I forgot how depressing zoos were, but I did see they had a couple of animals. I saw some roving peacocks, and one of them did the whole thing, had a dramatic turn. There was wind. And I was like, not a single person at the Met Gala can do that. So put that peacock, get the cockroaches off the stage, bring up a peacock, have everyone be like, oh my God, Lil Nas X looks amazing. But no, it's an actual peacock,
Well, listen, it's just a matter of time before peacocks are banned in Florida. If we can go a little further south, because anything beautiful and amazing in Florida is illegal now. There's more anti-trans laws and anti-diversity laws in Florida right now. You were saying before we started that it's basically illegal to be trans.
Yeah. I mean, that is we're really hopping around today. Transitions. Speaking of transitions,
Peacocks.
yeah, the little tiny little governor of Florida,
Kitten
in
heel
stature
DeSantis.
and personality,
I didn't realize he was so small.
tiny little man. I mean, he should go on Ozempic, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because you just get rounder at that height. Like you just become more of a circle.
Yeah, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty has not yet had a great fall.
He's on his way. All
I
that
mean,
Disney stuff, like Disney's gonna win everything. Like he's looking like a fool.
in the meantime, he's making it like now it's not only it's now illegal, it's now literally illegal to use a bathroom that doesn't correspond to your biological gender.
So there's
And
gonna be a door person at every
let me see your cooch.
Are we checking IDs at
Is that a real cooch?
Is that what's gonna happen? Because and you know, and we were talking about who will be affected the most in this situation, and I've been thinking about this a lot because like when you start getting into like you have to go into the restroom with your assigned gender or whatever. I'm like, if the Christian right is really really nervous about male presenting people in restrooms, I don't know if they understand, but a trans man who is forced to go into a women's restroom is going to look like what they are literally scared of, more than a trans woman who walks into a bathroom.
I don't think they have any idea what the consequences are. We haven't talked about, we joked about the Ozempic face, It's like that's becoming a thing where people are losing weight at a rate that they weren't hoping for or expecting, and all of a sudden they're now getting plastic surgery to replump their face, but whatever, that's the thing. But it's the unintended consequences. These people don't think about consequences. They don't think about anything. I mean, I was reading a quote. So not only did the Florida legislature sign this anti-trans bathroom law, they also made it illegal for public universities to have diversity programs. It just is, I can't even grasp that yet. Like, it's so insane, but it's also, I heard one legislator was like, we're the only state in this country trying something like this, and just you wait to see just how good our universities become as a result. And it was like, what? you think by creating like anti-progress laws are going to make institutions of education better? I do not think that will be the case. They might correspond to your fascist viewpoints, but it's not going to make them leading national universities.
I think it's going to be really kind of jarring to understand. What we're going to probably learn from this kind of stuff is just how dumb white folks truly are. Because like if you take out all diversity stuff and you're just doing and if you're trying to make it so like you have less color in your schools and shit like that, like you're really banking on these white folks being better than they really are. Listen, you need the diversity in there. You need it. Like I don't understand what this push. Florida is like, we're racing to be the dumbest state.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah.
And like, who's in that race? Texas, Ohio,
Mississippi,
Alabama. Oh, sure. Alabama for sure.
Well, I mean, I was saying this before. I mean, you were saying this before the show. Create two nations. Let Mississippi, Arkansas, and other such intellectual economic powerhouses, such as
with Marjorie Taylor Greene,
West Virginia.
The divorce. They want the divorce.
I mean, I'm not saying that Tallahassee. No, I am saying Tallahassee is a piece of shit, and I wanna just. I mean, like, I don't want. Where the border crisis will be. Will be on the blue state, blue state country, because all this fucking, and I hate, people like, human rights. What about all the gay people? Well, I would encourage younger gay people who don't know it yet to kill their parents now, so they can't vote any longer. in their stupid fucking states. You know, I mean, it's like I don't see. I was saying, you know, I mean, you know, I'm a bit of a I don't know. I was a little bit more optimistic several months ago, and now it's just like with the debt limit, the way that the right gets to hold everything hostage, all the time, and gets to fuck everything up all the time, and gets to dominate the narrative all the time with fucking bullshit. Even though, and it's like well, just we need, you know, more knowledge, better messaging, yada yada yada. We just look at guns, like. 90% of this fucking country doesn't want our stupid fucking gun laws.
Yeah.
They want they want guns being taken out of the fucking hands of fucking crazy people. They want people to have assault weapons. 90% of people. And yet we're led to believe it's a 50-50 debate, and the other side, or even more, and America wants guns. No one wants this fucking bullshit. No one does. And yet the other side wins all the time.
I mean, listen, I feel like I've been saying that for years, but you know, I feel that there is some real progress happening, only because like, I feel like a lot of this coming from the right seems like last ditch final, like there's a younger, more educated population coming in. And I just keep thinking about that. I keep thinking about the new voting crop. Yeah, more old folks definitely have to die. Definitely. But they're on their way. And it's like, I mean, look who's doing this. Like fucking McConnell, he's a zombie. Like, I don't, it's, and we were talking about Feinstein, like all these fucking old fossils who have been like, who are career politicians. And I don't have a problem with a career politician. I do think there should be term limits. In the grand scheme, I think it would be beneficial for term limits because it actually make you want to work. But like, if politics is your zhuzh and that's how you make your coin work, I'm into that. But you have to fucking actually do what politicking is about. And this is the thing too. You know, Richard Dreyfuss is like doing this press tour right now because he wrote a book, but he was talking about a majority of the people that are in the Congress now don't know about government. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know. And that's how McConnell can get away with all this shit, because he's probably fucking like that Mormon, the guy who started Mormonism, just going into his own fucking little room and like writing it up and being like,
I discovered this is the rule.
And the thing is you have these slack jaws like fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these fucking Ted Cruz's and all these fucking yokels who don't know shit about civics and how government actually works. And same on the Democrat side. And then McConnell can get away with all this shit. Because I'll tell you, when he denied Obama's pick for Supreme Court, I was like, why are you talking like that is a normal thing? I've never heard of that. It's all
and then with justification that when the Democrats tried to use it in a clearer cut case with Amy Coney Barrett, which was 6 days before the fucking election or whatever, you know, he was like, rule doesn't exist anymore. You didn't know that there was a term limit on that rule. You're a fucking idiot. You're all idiots.
The American people are asleep at the wheel about it because, you know, it's like it's in like a corporate media circuit for a week and then it's gone, and doesn't change the implications because the implications are what seems like forever. I don't know what we do. We need McConnell we need these old dinosaurs to die is what we need. Truthfully, because they're not going to retire.
The amazing thing about what you're saying is that McConnell now is considered a moderate compared to these other fucking people. Joe Biden's like, I can work with McConnell on things, you know, like it's insane. I mean, it's truly insane. And it comes down to gerrymandering and all that shit because they have no consequences to their insanity. You know, and the debt limit will be a major consequence to the insanity for all of us. But will it be to them, or will trashing the economy on the international stage for a long time to come will that have any consequences for fucking, Jimmy Bob Jim fuck the fucking the Senate, the congressperson from the Oklahoma suburbs? No, it'll make him a goddamn national hero. Hopefully, in the new country of Fucktopia.
The Hunger Games are going to begin. Like, let's not. I mean, look at this, Florida, and let me just talk to Florida for a second before we go. Florida, you have been underwater, and your governor was gallivanting around the country in little kitten heels, talking about how great y'all have it,
eating pudding with his fingers.
Do you have it that great there, Florida? I hear you spend a lot of money on shit. Property taxes and whatnot. So whatever. Rent's too high, but whatever. Anyway, I'm ready to move when you are, Casey. You just let me know. Like, I'm ready to go. We're out of here. Out of here.
Yeah, I'm looking into Italian citizenship. Not that Italy is that much, it's run by a fascist, but honestly,
ready to be
she's a woman.
Yeah. A lady fascist is a little, how long could she last?
We can push her over. Yeah.
But anyway, we've come to the end of the show. Now, Casey, do you want to tell us about anything you have going on?
Yes. Coming up in San Francisco, I'm doing a show on May 18th at California Jack's on California Street with a bunch of my favorite people. A bar happens to be owned by one Duncan Lai. So coming out and support that. And then if you can't make it to that one, on June 20th, San Francisco, I'll be in the Punchline headlining. I'm very funny again. I finally decided that I'm a great stand-up again. So you should come to all these shows. Instagram, KCLEY. That's it. Tony?
Get him when he's fucking on a high note. That's when he's the best to see, when he's on one of the good times. Y'all, if you like GPHH, then go to our iTunes page, subscribe, rate the show, leave a comment, tell a friend, let them know. Just follow me at the Tony Soto Show on Instagram and the TikTok. And I'll be looking out for me on May 14th if you are in LA. Go to the Drag Queen of the Year pageant. Why the fuck not? It's expensive though. Pricey tickets, but I'm worth it. All right. Goodbye.